Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan and welcome to my channel, Jonathan's Diamond Painting and Stuff. So today I'm starting a series of videos which is to follow the Familon UK event for the DAC Fans UK Facebook group. When I get the overhead camera and I start diamond painting, I'll talk a bit more about it. But as many of you know, I'm diamond painting Home is Where the Magic Is DAC kit, as per my Home Was Where the Magic Is kitting up video, which I'll link in the corner of the screen there. And I set myself a ridiculous target for this because the event that I'm doing goes from the 1st of September to the 31st of October, so I have about 61 days of the event and 57 basically squares or rectangles to do when I divvy it up with the release squares. So I thought, oh, if I do one a day, at least, then I can just about finish it. You know, we don't have to finish it in the time, as I'll talk about. But I just thought I'd set myself that personal challenge because it's been helping my anxiety so much, and I just thought it really good for me to have a focus on something that I love at the moment because I'm really struggling to like give my all to any one thing because I just feel a bit guilty if I focus on one thing and not the other. So I'm trying really hard, to enjoy my crafts and enjoy the things that bring me joy, I'm supposed to. So I'm trying to go all in on this at the moment, and so far I'm really loving it. So I'll just switch to the overhead camera now and show you a bit of the pan of the whole piece that I've done so far, and I'll talk about it a bit, and then I'll do a zoomed in view on the area I'll be working on, and then I'll do some diamond painting, and I'll chat to you a bit as we're diamond painting. Okay. Okay, so I hope that gave you a bit of an idea of how much I've done and what it looks like. I will try and put a better picture of it from a distance because obviously this isn't supposed to be viewed from so close up because it will appear quite pixelated right up, but obviously a lot of these colours with the browns and the purples of the trees, and the skyline is actually starting off in quite a black. There's some 310s just up here, and then it goes down into the eight into 3371, I think, is interspersed here and there, and then you've got some 939, and then you've got quite a lot of 823, that beautiful dark navy through here making up the night sky. Then you've got these beautiful purpley blues making up the smoke, which I particularly enjoyed because I won't lie, it's not been easy getting through this many dark colours in such a short space of time, but I am just desperate to get down here to where the castle actually starts. I don't know if you can see properly, but you can see how you got the spire of the topmost tower here, just starting in the next square, and then even though when we get onto the next row, it doesn't actually. You get a little bit more of that spire and a little bit more smoke and things, but it still doesn't really start properly until the following row. So there's quite a bit of what I would call a bit more boring diamond painting to do, but a lot of colour blocking. So hopefully it will come up a bit more quickly, you know. But yeah, it has been a bit of a challenge, you know, just to keep myself motivated, you know, um, and to keep going with all these dark shades because it's not easy, you know, because I do like my mind does like there to be something of interest to keep me going. That's why I love the Literate Dragon so much because there were so many little details. There was like a goblet, there was a table, there was the globe, there was the dragon himself, there was all the books. You know, so there was the little cat that was peering over his shoulder at the book with him. You know, there's so many little things in that painting, and this one is a very, very different sort of painting, and I am enjoying it, and I think I will feel amazing when I get down to those better details, and I will be glad, I'm sure, that I've done this when I get down, but right now it doesn't look a heck of a lot until I think we get down and then the castle bring all these details out. And a lot of these trees, like I said, do not look like anything unless you're actually looking at it from a distance, you know, because it is a very dark painting, a lot with a deep purple hue. So yeah, so it's just a matter of persevering and thing, but I am enjoying it. So yeah, so we'll just carry on. I've I was chatting to a good friend last night, and for ages actually, and I just did some single placing while I was chatting, and because I can't multi-place when I'm chatting to someone, but single placing I can just mindfully do it, and it's almost like I'm not doing it, if you know what I mean. You know, so I did some of that with my tweezers last night, and I thought, oh, this will be brilliant, filling in all these dots while I'm talking to you. So right, so as always, I have a cup of tea and a slice of cake to help me on my way. Um, it's now a new tea that I just ordered from a company I linked last time called Cardew's of Oxford. And I found that company when I was in Oxford at one point with my husband, and then we were going down the indoor market, and then we found this amazing place that did did fresh specialty teas and coffees, and that is where we found one of their flavors, which was chocolate tea. And I've never seen chocolate tea before, and oh my god, that is one of the nicest teas I've ever tried. It has real flakes of chocolate in it, and it really does taste chocolatey, but it is a proper black tea. So it's not like unhealthy like a hot chocolate, it's just like a normal tea, you know. So, and I'd never really heard of having beautiful smelling, beautiful tasting black teas before that. So we bought a few flavors, and we really thoroughly enjoyed them, and they have a website, and so we order from them regularly like we do from Golden Monkey Tea Company. So yeah, so that was really nice. And this the one I've got today is toffee apple flavor, I think, and that is beautiful. It's like it's got that real sweet tone of apples coming through it, you know. So yeah, so very happy with that. And I've got another slice of my apple and ginger cake that I made last weekend. You know, so I do aim to try and make one a week. So we have it with our afternoon tea. I know it's a bit of an unhealthy thing, but it's not as unhealthy, I think, as buying a cake with a lot more sugar and nasty additives in. You know, so we enjoy that. Okay, so I've got my Add More Zest trays. I've got my two different sizes, the mega tray and the... I'm so sorry, I can't remember the name of this one, but it's just a smaller standard tray. Yeah, I use the mega tray for when I'm doing a lot of multi-placing, and I'm just and I'd use the blue tray when I'm doing smaller amounts. Okay, I'll probably use this one today because I'm just doing a bit of single placing, but and I have my little trash tray, which I put my trash drills in, which are quite a lot at the moment because these dark drills do seem to have, particularly 823 and 939, have a lot of trash in them, unfortunately. But that is the case with a lot of dark colour, so I am finding quite a bit in this project so far. So I'm hoping there'll be enough drills, but if not, I will be contacting DAC, of course, because they have that really fantastic policy. You can have 8 extra bags per kit if you run out, you know. So yeah, it's really, really good. Not so good if you drop all the drills in the entire kit, but 8 is pretty generous, to be honest. So yeah, so that's pretty good. I've got Cat's Putty. You doing lemon buttercream, which is my favourite flavour. I actually put it in the fridge because I don't know about any of you, but it is absolutely scorching. We in the UK are going through what we call an Indian summer, I think. It's like a mini heat wave. We're hoping it's over next week, but it's been absolutely horrible. Yeah, so those of you in the UK, I mean, how have you been coping with it? Have you found it absolutely so difficult to diamond paint? I mean, I'm struggling to do this video today, but yeah, but I thought I've got to do it. This is my weekly thing that I wanted to start doing, so I really wanted to do it. I want to try and do this and quickly get it out tonight, because I desperately need to do some unboxings as well, because I need to unbox Cupcake Bakery, because I've not done a DAC boxing for a while, unboxing. Well, I've not ever done a proper one actually, so I need to get on and do that. I'm just taking the putty out because this putty's been in there quite a while, so, and I think it was last night it was starting to live out its usefulness, sorry. So I'll just change it to fresh for this video. Again, I take this and I just press it against a hard surface, against the putty, and then you just take the other side away. Ah, there you go. It should just come away like that. Yeah, so you're just basically making an indentation all the way through, bring it away, and that is loaded. What I find sometimes is that this will not last long, and I need to reload to top it up. I'm not a very heavy presser, but I think I'm heavier than the light pressers, you know, so and then the same with this one, we just push it all the way through, which I'll do now, and then just literally twizzle it through the putty and bring it back. Okay. So that pen is loaded now. Oh, and Kat has actually just brought out some new scents for the Halloween season. They're called trick or treat scents. So one is trick and one is treats. Now, one doesn't have a nasty scent because she wouldn't do that. And she has said so much herself, you know, she's doing quite a promotion on her own Facebook page and everything, and in our group, you know, so she's got two different scents, and you don't know what they are, you know, and there's a little scratch off panel on it, so you can try and guess what the scent is and then scratch the panel off either and reveal what the scent is, so you see if you were right. And so it's just a little bit of fun. I think don't look on the back of the panel because I think the ingredients and stuff are on the back, you know, so yeah, it's just a little bit of fun really. I'm really hoping that some of my favourite autumnal Halloween spices like pumpkin, mixed spice, those sorts of things. I do like a bit of apple as well, but I hope, yeah, but yeah, I do love those like pumpkin pie like sort of smells, you know. So I ordered some today, so I'm waiting for that to come. So I really hope that I love those flavours, and I might order more because these are limited edition, so she will keep making them till the end of October, and then of course they'll be discontinued until she makes more next year, and I'm guessing they might not be the same next year, but we'll see. It depends how popular they are, I guess. But yeah, so that's what she's doing. So, and I'll link Kat's details at the end of this video. Okay. Right, so let's just begin, and I'll carry on talking. I'm just going to zoom the camera in now so you can see a bit better. Now this light board, I've actually got it on the lowest setting because actually this is a very bright light board, and if you see, if I put it all the way up to the top, it's like there, but I just don't think it's really that. Yeah, I've got it on maybe the second setting, The other thing is, in this weather, this light bulb gets so hot when it's fully bright, you know. So it's just a bit much, really. So I'm going to do some single place, and I'm going to single place all this single colour, and then I'll fill in the rest. So this is 823. You either love it or you hate it. And now some single place, and I'm only going to use this little tray. Okay. Right. Okay. There we go. So, and we're off. So, I'm just thinking about where we got up to the last time I did a WIP and chat. So I guess the biggest thing to talk about with me is really my ongoing anxiety levels and how I've been struggling, how I've been off sick from work since about the 5th of July now. And I've actually went to see the doctor yesterday, and I've now been signed off for another month. I had planned on being back in October, and I was planning for that, and I've arranged meetings with my manager. But you know, because I think I had an occupational health assessment, and they wanted me to have what we call the stress risk assessment, which the manager said is mainly a government like goalpost to jump through. That's what my manager felt anyway. I hope it's not. I hope there's a bit more to it than that. But yeah, so sorry, I'm being a bit haphazard with these placements. So yeah, so we arranged to have a meeting to go through all that, go through the stress risk assessment. We were going to go through like what we need to put in place, an action plan for when I go back, how my phased return will work, because you know when you've been out of work for some time, often you get a phased return, so that's where you return with not as many hours as what you were doing as your normal hours. And yeah, so that was all fine, and I was all very kind of positive about that, but I was still very nervous and apprehensive, I guess, overwhelmed at the thought of work. Didn't actually feel I was ready. Forgive me if I'm repeating stuff, but I think I'm not sure if I said this last time, but I have recently started getting some counselling, which has actually really been helping me. So I'm seeing a private counsellor in my town, and it's talking therapy. So that's basically, and it's person centred. So that basically means that I decide what we talk about each time, and then we see where the conversation goes, and then she will chip in and analyse what I've said, and then take me to places that I kind of need to go. If she feels I need to go there, and it will help. And yeah, and she really does hone in on things that I never even thought about before, you know. So it has been tremendously helpful to me, you know. And there's things from my childhood, you know, ways teachers were with me and things like that have really made sense. When I looked at it, but I've never even thought about it. I've never even talked about it before I had the counselling. So if you are suffering from anxiety or depression or low moods or anything, it is something I would recommend. Obviously, we're very lucky because I can afford to have the private counselling, and there is counselling on the NHS, but I think you have a limit of sessions, and there is usually quite a long wait to have it. So yeah, it's one of those things, but I'm aware of how lucky I am every day. I think, you know, I'm so lucky. I have such a supportive husband. I'm in a very favourable situation here. I can take this time to get myself mentally well again, and go from there, you know. So it is, I'm very fortunate, you know, and I know there's so many others like me that probably will be struggling a lot more because they're not in the same situation. So I'm very, very thankful for that. Um, so, so I've had the counselling, and then like I said, I went back to the GP because this week I've had a terrible week. This week, really, I've taken my friend out places, and I've really struggled to cope with the situation. I found it very overwhelming waiting for my friend as she does some shopping and everything. And even though I found that situation difficult before, this was on another level. Um, and yeah, we just had a few outings and things this week, and it just made me think that I'm just not ready yet. So although I've told my manager that I want to have this meeting, I'm not honestly sure by the time it comes in a few weeks that I'll be ready or not. But onwards and upwards. I mean, in some ways I'm doing really well. I mean, the YouTube is helping me tremendously. Just talking to all of you through this screen, you know, is really, really helping me. Knowing that I'm, you know, helping other people at the same time, you know, I just do get a real buzz from that, you know. And when I get all the little comments from you all, you know, talking to me, you know, saying how video is really helpful, you're really enjoying it, that is such a buzz to me. I really, really love that. So keep those coming, you know, um, if you've enjoyed something, or if you, and that's the other thing, I'll put this in the thumbnail, but if you want to ask me anything, I know other YouTubers do this, where, you know, if they get the questions from people. I know I don't have that many followers yet, but if any of you have any questions for me, anything you want me to answer, anything at all within reason, and I'll gather them together, and I'll do a future session where I can answer all your questions. Okay, because I'm happy to do that, because, you know, if you want to know anything more about me than I'm already giving away, you know, just let me know. Yeah, so yeah, so that's my anxiety and everything. The other thing that happened was so, like, you know, I've been part of this Facebook group in the UK called DAC Fans UK, and since I started, the admins of that group have been really supportive, but particularly a lady called Jan, who's one of the admins for the group. And when I started doing the YouTube, she was really supportive, enabling me to, like, share certain videos that were appropriate through the group and everything. And yeah, she was like a really good person for me to message and everything, and very supportive about my situation, and a really good listener. And I got on really, really well with her. And then she lived in Great Yarmouth, I discovered. So I decided, well, Great Yarmouth is only a couple of hours away, so I said to my friend Sarah, why don't we go visit, and we'll see Jan, and, you know, and have a nice day out. And so we planned this day out at the beach. Oops, sorry. I think I actually need to top this putty up, actually. Like I said, sometimes when I start pressing, there's just not enough putty in the pen for me. So I'll just... So anyway, Sarah, my friend, my bestie, her daughter had her girlfriend visit us from Italy. So we decided it might be a nice day for them to come with us and have a nice day at the beach, and we could meet and chat with Jan, and then they could go off and do their own thing. So anyway, so that's what we did. So and we were planning to paddle in. Me and Sarah planned to paddle in the sea. I don't think Sarah particularly wanted to do it, but I did, and everything. And so anyway, we met up with Jan first, and we had a cuppa on the seafront. It was actually beautiful weather. Jan was very good. She bought me some donuts because she said, "Do you want anything to eat, Jonathan?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll have some donuts." And then so she paid me to have some donuts, and that was lovely because I love fresh donuts on the seafront. They're just absolutely gorgeous. I bought way too many, I think, because I don't think Jan or Sarah wanted donuts, because Sarah's on her new diet, and I don't think Jan wanted them either. So I had all these donuts to myself. But anyway, that was lovely. Um, and yeah, we just got chatting for ages and ages and ages, and it yeah it was like we knew each other. We'd known each other all our lives, kind of thing. And Jan and Sarah got on like a house on fire. They were so similar, so much in common, and we just talked the entire day. And it was like one of the best days I've had in a long, long time. And then I think the next morning I was looking at my phone and looking at some of the pictures, because Jan had made her cover photo and profile pictures, some of the pictures that we'd taken that day, and I had such a grin on my face when I saw that, because it made me so happy, because my bestie and this my new friend Jan, getting on, and yeah, and us all having a whale of a time. It was fantastic. So I'm just gonna put a picture up now, of the three of us. Sarah and Jan are okay me putting this up. I've asked them both, but I just think it's a beautiful picture. A passerby was really so kind as to, take the picture for us. When we were taking pictures, she's like, "Oh, do you want me to take one?" So it's always nice when people are kind like that. So yeah, so wonderful, wonderful day. And yeah, and since then I've chatted with Jan. I mean, I think last night we chatted for hours. It was just lovely. So yeah, so that was a nice experience. And I'll love to do that again. It's quite funny because Sarah was telling Jan, before we left about arranging the next time to meet, and then she was like, "Oh, come to St Neots," and then she was like, "Jonathan has loads of bedrooms. You can stay at his." No discussion with me or anything. Why would you do that? So that was quite funny. But yeah, so yeah, fun time all round. So just think what else to talk about. So that's that. So that's helped with my mental health, certainly, doing all of that. Um, and sorry, I'm just being a bit haphazard again with these drills. Oh, sticking. Yeah, so anyway. I guess and talk a little bit about a kit. I keep talking about this, I'm sure, so forgive me if I'm a broken record, but um, we'll talk about it now, and I'll talk about Familon a bit, actually, and then I'll bring this into it, actually. So as you know, this event Familon is the one I'm doing. It's fantasy and mystical theme of a DAC kit. So you have to do a DAC kit. You have to reside in the UK, and be part of DAC Fans UK Facebook group, which I will share again. It's on my other videos, but I will share it again at the end. So you can take part any point between now and the 31st of October. You don't have to finish your kit. There are weekly draws, and I think you have to register and take part before. And sorry, send a picture to the event page of your progress before Sunday, to be part of the draw this week. And there's like prizes every single week. So yeah, so it's a really cool event to be part of. You don't have to finish, because I brought it up that some of us are doing large kits, some of us are doing small kits. How do we make it fair to everybody? And so they made it actually, they listened, which was really, really good, and they just changed it so that you don't have to finish your kit. So basically, yeah, it's just the taking part, which is really all any of us are doing, really. I think that relieved a lot of people. Sorry, I've just got a rogue drill on there. I'm just going to put some more drills in. Yeah, so you don't have to finish. But yeah, so it's all lots of fun. We've got lots of different sponsors. I can't remember all of them. But if you go on the Facebook event page under the DAC fans group once you've joined, you can see all the fantastic sponsors we have. But Add More Zest is one of them. Crafty Makes is another, who made my pen that I reviewed recently. And I think there's various other people. It's just I can't remember all of them, so I wouldn't want to forget or get the wrong name and everything. But there's people that make trays, people that make, drill trays, accessories, cover minders, that sort of thing. So there's lots of different people. So anyway, yeah. So it's a really good event to take part of, and like I said, it's not too late. You can join at any time, like I said. So that's a really good thing, and it just brings all of us so close together, because we've got a group chat going, and we don't just talk about diamond painting. I mean, at the moment it's all about the heat and how hot it is, so but all sorts of different things. And it's just a camaraderie, really, that I've enjoyed so much, and I've missed in my crafting, because I used to be part of several knitting groups. I ran several of them, I was part of machine knitting groups, and after what I just found the energy it took to actually keep these things going on a week in, week out, it was very difficult. And at the moment, my overwhelmed state and my anxiety, I don't think it would allow me to go to these things on a regular basis. So this group has been so good for me, because you get all the benefits, of the group, really. So yeah, so loving it. So going from that, there is an event in America called Drills and Chills, which is very, very similar, although their theme is a bit more restrictive than ours, I would say. It's anything to do with autumn or Halloween, so whereas ours is anything fantasy or mystical, theirs is Halloween. And I did ask, because you can do multiple events, and some people have, and I did ask if I could use my kit as an entry, but I didn't think I would, because this is certainly not autumn or Halloween, and they did say no, you can't. However, it was a bit weird because they were accepting Harry Potter entries, so that was a bit odd. But anyway, I didn't really want to do another event. It adds complication, and the other thing is that happens in America, so I don't know about the logistics of if you win, what happens. Like, will they ship your winning thing over or not? I don't know. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because there is a grand prize that DAC are donating, and that is an unreleased Halloween kit. So I have been waiting for the Randall Spangler Trick or Treat Haunted House picture to be made into a kit almost since I started, because I voted on it in one of the early voting rounds, and excuse me, I just dropped a drill, and I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. It is just an absolutely stunning picture, and I love seasonal stuff, and we don't really have a proper haunted house picture on DAC at the moment. We had one a few years ago. Our admin, my friend Jan, is actually doing one. Excuse me, just 1 minute. But her kit has long since been discontinued. So I'll see if I can find a picture of it, but I'm really, really looking forward to seeing Jan's come to life, although it is an old kit, and a lot of people, after working on DAC's new kits, but as many of you might know, DAC improved their kits over the last couple of years, so they tightened up the grid. So often nowadays, if you have an old kit that's been re-released, it will be smaller than it was before, and a good indication if a kit has been improved is if you look at the measurements and then you measure it and it's actually smaller than the official measurements, then you know that it's on a tighter grid. And they also have slightly smaller drills, I think, to fit that grid. And so the just general experience of you get less gapping, so less gaps between your drills. It's less frustrating, and it's nicer to look at when you're doing it. Because some people, they don't get the enjoyment unless they actually have that it looks as nice. I try to be a bit more relaxed, although as Jan will often tell you, I my own worst critic, because I often like spend however long doing it and then twice a time like critiquing it, what it looks like and everything. But like I said, you just gotta look at it from a distance, not look too close, not look with the light board on, and you often feel a lot better then, so yeah, but I'm doing okay. I'm very happy with the way mine are coming up at the moment, and in my journey into multiplacing as well. I mean, this is a bit unusual. I do multiplacing most of the time, but I just get a bit bored with multiplacing every now and then. So, I'm just doing a bit of single placing because it's quite mindful and it's quite good for talking to you. It's a lot easier, and I'm probably getting a lot more done than I would be if there was multiplacing. I don't know if you remember my last whip and chat, but I barely got anything done. So yeah, so that's the event, so I will link the DAC fans group. Like I said, feel free to join, and it's not too late, and there's some fantastic prizes coming, so yeah, check it out. So I guess the only movie review I can do since I last spoke to you, because I saw Red, White and Royal Blue last time, is me and Alan, we did watch the Super Mario Brothers movie. We bought it, and we watched it at home. We never didn't go to see it at the cinema. And I mean, I have mixed feelings about Nintendo, just the way they're quite an authoritative power in the games industry, which it doesn't works against it a little bit sometimes. But we've both played Super Mario in various forms over the years. We're not massive Nintendo files, but we do like it, um, so we wanted to watch it, and oh, sorry, this drill's got a rogue. Just gotta get that off. Sorry. First bit of trash of the day, which is good, isn't it? If I can get it off. There we go. Yeah, so we both enjoy Super Mario, and we'd heard this film was almost 100% fan service, so we knew it was going to get complaints because it was always 100% fan service from proper critics and everything. But I think actually it wasn't received too badly. Really, it's made a lot of money. I think it might have made over $1 billion this film, but so that's just the pure love for Super Mario really out there. But we did really enjoy it. We enjoyed it because we played the games. I don't think you would have enjoyed it as much if you were just complete Super Mario version. I just don't think it would have worked. But I don't think they made it for that reason. So yeah. So I'm just it it had some nice additions like Princess Peach. Was a lot more of a had a lot more feminism in her role. So it's a lot less patriarchal than it was, which was a very welcome change. And there was just lots of little Easter eggs and things just to make it really, really for the fans, really, and that is what this film was for, really. So yeah, we enjoyed it, but we watched one of my favourite film critic YouTubers is called Grace Randolph, and she runs a YouTube channel called Beyond the Trailer, and I absolutely adore her video reviews. But watching her review on Super Mario, having never played Super Mario, was very, very funny, But and I think she'll have to agree how catastrophically she got it wrong, because I think she said it would bomb and everything, and it wouldn't be and I think it's gone the opposite way, So, but everybody doesn't get everything right the first time, So yeah, we really enjoyed that. I don't really want to give spoilers away, but if you love Super Mario, you played the games, go and see it. If you've never played it, do not go and see it under any circumstances, because you will not enjoy it. Okay, but although a bit of a little note, if you can find the original Super Mario film, it's a live action one. I can't remember the name of the actors. I'll try and post a little picture. Doesn't really coincide with the game that much, but it's one of those films that is out there. It's a bad film, but one of those films that's so bad it's good kind of thing, So I would highly recommend, if you want to go on a trip for a couple of hours definitely check out that film, and I think it might be on one of the streaming providers at the moment. But I'll try and have a look and see if I can link that. But so thoroughly enjoyed that film. So the other thing I did this week was I started playing with resin with my bestie Sarah. So as you know, we've had a bit of a bad week. You know, I've not really got anyway. We were going to sort through some of my stuff, you know, because when we had this attic converted, which is where my craft room is now, I've got a lot of stuff to sort through, and Sarah is really good at helping me sort through my stuff and being really strict and saying, do you need that? Do you not need that? You know, and really forcing me to look at things. Yeah, so it was, and we were going to do that, but then we both not really had a brilliant week, so Sarah said, oh, why don't you come around and do some resin work? And that came out because I saw a resin trinket tray that I really liked, and I thought, oh, I want to buy that. And then I showed it to Sarah. It was actually from one of Claire's videos, Diamond Painting Nerd. She showed it in one of her recent work in progress and chat videos, and I thought, oh my god, that looks amazing, I want that. And so I showed it to Sarah, and Sarah said, oh, we can make one, you know. And so I thought, oh yeah, okay. And so Sarah said, why don't you come round, we'll do some resin work, it'll be fun. And it really was fun. It was like being in art class. Sarah was a brilliant teacher, although I was quite funny because I had all my little pots laid down in a row. I had all the glitters that I was putting in each one, and I had all the inks and the dyes all, you know, routinely laid out. And I was saying to Sarah, I said, I guess you think I've got a bit of OCD, and she was like, no. That's sarcasm if you didn't realise, but you know, so it was quite funny. You know, we had a fun day, and it was fun learning something new. You know, and I'll post a picture of the first impression of it when it came out. It's not past Sarah's strict approval yet. She wants to fine sand it more before I can take it home, as it were. But so I was hoping to have it showcased in this video, but I haven't. So, but I will next time. The other thing I keep thinking of whether to make or not. Keen on any of your advice on what you do, but it's my tray. I like my tray to be kind of next to or above where I'm working, but I don't like leaning it on the drills anymore because I worry that I'm going to scratch them and damage the drills, you know, with the plastic of the tray. So anyway, I thought about designing a resin like little tray that went on rubber feet just to go over that part of the drill fluid you could put your drill tray on. So just curious on your thoughts, everyone's thoughts of that and what they do, you know. But I ever thought of either that or doing a little, I don't know, little piece of fabric or something. I guess I could quilt something very finely to go on top. You know, maybe find some fabric with diamonds on or something. That might be quite cool. Oopsie. Right, so I've got some of Cat's putty on the canvas, but Cat's putty is really easy to lift off. You see, you just get your tweezers and it lifts right off. And I found it, if it really does get stuck, which it doesn't ever get stuck, but sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to get it all off, I find using a scalpel blade really helps. So let me show you. So I've just got like a craft knife scalpel blade. Just seeing if I can. There you go. Sorry, I was trying to figure out where the camera was then, and I find that helps. But be careful with children and everything, because obviously those things are very sharp, you know. But sometimes I just literally ease underneath the putty. Don't cut into the canvas. It just kind of gets that finer point to it, and it just helps get it off much more easily. Okay, so yeah, this is going slower than I thought, actually, because I thought, oh yeah, I'll get all that single placing done. I mean, I was dreading it, to be fair, when I did it all last night, I was thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna absolutely dread um, getting through all of that. But I thought, well, I'll just talk to people. You talk to you guys, and then tell you what's going on with me. I've got so much more to tell, but I think we are getting towards our time. I think so I think we're coming up to about over 50 minutes now. So I will try and wind up soon. But I think that's an improvement. Because I do struggle. I struggle to think what to talk about sometimes. So I do write down little notes of what's happened to me in the last little, because I will forget. I just don't remember. It's not that I'm not interested. It's just I get mental blank and I'm like, what am I gonna talk about now? So yeah. Um, I guess I've enjoyed watching all my different YouTube people while I'm doing this, so I'm really getting into it. I'm really getting into seeing what other people do. I mean, I love Kat's diamond painting. She's one of the people that I really look up to and admire. Not only for her putty, that is amazing, but I just love her channel and everything she does. I really respect diamond painting nerd Claire. She's a very, very talented YouTuber, and her content is just amazing as well. So I would highly recommend her. And then diamond painting with Lisa as well is very good. And again, I admire everything she's built over the last few years. And I just love that we're all coexisting happily, and we just learn from each other, and support each other. And there's no, staunch competition or anything, because we're just all here just to have a good time, enjoy what we do, enjoy our diamond painting, and just be there for each other, really. So I really love that about this community, and I think diamond painting is just has had such a huge following, that I think for what what content you want to give, it's really, the world is your oyster. So so I've really enjoyed being part of it, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it will go. Yeah, so we'll just see where we go to next time. But so like I said, I'm hoping to get at least another 7 done before I talk with you again. So I will have done some of the spire. So let's have a count, shall we? So this is 1. I won't count this one. So another 7 at least. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that will take us past the proper top of the turret. So we've got a window with a reef in here, I think. So yeah, so that will be really cool. Let me zoom it out, sorry, so I can show you that again. I don't even know if you can see properly, but yeah, so we're just going past this bit to about this square here. Yeah, so we'll just see how far I go. Yeah, but I'm loving this so much. I'm struggling to do anything else. Like, I could do some gaming. I'm trying to get through Final Fantasy 16 at the moment, which is a game I absolutely adore. But I'm really struggling. I'm so hyper-focused on this that I'm struggling to, do other things even when I can, because I think yesterday I had a big gap, but I ended up filling it with diamond painting anyway, so yeah, so absolutely loving this. I hope you found this video enjoyable. I'm just going to finish this last little bit, but and try and get this square done and then go on to the next, I think. And this is actually an exciting square, the next one, because it has a bit more colour, a bit more confetti. But you see, so this is the, how can I zoom? Can you see that at all? Yeah, I think that's as much as you'll be able to see, because if I zoom, you'll lose all the detail. But yeah, so this is the top of the tower, and you can see there's lots more colours. I'm just seeing, what are those colours? So there's some quite dark shades, some dark browny blacks. What are the ticks? What's the tick? Yeah, so that is some like a more of a caramel brown, and wavy lines. What's the wavy lines? And that's more of a kind of a grey. And the star, just looking what the star is. I think the star is purple, but yeah, here we are. Under the star is another brown. So there's lots of different browns in there, I think. And the 3 dots, just looking. yeah, another brown. So there's lots of different shades of brown in that top bit. So yeah, so excited for a change of colour for once. But yeah, so it's really come together and I am enjoying it. But like I said, I will be glad when I get to something that isn't just completely black or navy black all the time, But I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get the notifications. Thumb up the video, and I'll hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.